I call the order of Myrtle Creek Urban Renewal Agency regular meeting for December 2nd, 2025. Roll call, please.
Director Luke Dillon.
Here.
Director Jeannie McElmurray.
Here.
Director Kathy Rad.
Here.
Director Diana Larson.
Here. Director
Rick Held.
Here.
Director Robert Cheney.
Here. All right. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right, citizens heard on non-agenda items. Randy.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read it. All right, so good evening, council members. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. Over the last couple of months, we've been working towards a beautification project targeted at the entrance of town, both with raffles and community events. And I'm excited to share the progress. After meeting with the city and discussing our fundraising plans, we agreed that the best course of action is to continue building the momentum. So our Valentine's Day workshop and raffle will be included with these efforts. So that'll carry us into spring, which will be the ideal time to complete the project and let the community see their contributions at work. A major part of this effort is the level of community involvement. The events bring people together. They give them something positive to be part of. It strengthens their sense of ownership and pride in the town. It's been encouraging to see how well the community has responded so far. The city has been supportive in the sense that they're willing to bring the idea of the match to our fundraising with a cap, of course, which is yet to be determined, to council for consideration. While no commitment has been made, we're grateful that the conversation is moving forward and that the potential partnership is on the table. Our plan is to enhance the beautiful entrance of our town by adding to what is already there, incorporating brickwork and decorative rock without disturbing any of the existing features. The goal is to build on the charm that we already have and create an even more welcoming first impression for residents and visitors alike. Thank you for your time, your support, and considering this project as a step toward bringing our community and city even closer to its full potential. We're excited to keep the momentum going. What's that?
Can you tell us how it started?
So, the truth or a lie? No, I'm kidding. I just got frustrated because the town has so much potential. We opened the gym, 2020 down here, and then last year, November 29th, we opened the shop, and it was a whole different level of community. I mean, when we talk to people at the gym, it's all about their life and what's going on. When we talk to people at the shop, it's the complaints about the city. It's different. So the biggest complaint is that it's just running down. The city's just running down. No one's doing anything about it. And I see it. And so I'm like, I agree. And it's got a ton of charm and a ton of potential, but no one's taking care of their buildings. And I understand that we're working on that with codes and things. And I appreciate that. But I mean, I'm not asking for change, but I'm asking to clean it up. And so with the beautification project, we did the haunted house, the ladies' night, we've been doing raffles, the wine walk, and we're constantly trying to collect. The haunted house went over really, really well. We had between 500 and 600 people come through. What'd she say, 300 pounds of food? I think went to the food pantry, and then we collected over $600, and then did another raffle at our ladies' night and added to it. We'll do another raffle at Valentine's to add to it, and then hopefully we'll put a cap on it, and then maybe the city will match. So, and then we can do like brickwork or something, get rid of all of the weeds and stuff as you come in without disturbing anything that's there, the daffodils or anything, but just add to it. And then just start there, something small that the community can be involved in. Cause like, let's see, when they came to the haunted house, they knew that what they were contributing to go through was going to the city for beautification. And so a lot of people donated more. So, I mean, it was just a really good thing to see the community so excited about something. So I really want to give them some kind of follow through.
So this specifically, you're focused on, like, as you're coming through across the bridge, your first impression of as you're coming across the bridge.
We just figured, you know, if we keep doing this, because I mean, it was a big hit, especially the haunted house. If we keep doing it, we just start at the entrance of town and then we work on what's next. Do we want to do like big flower pots through town? Do we want to, what can we do to contribute to town? That's all we're trying to do.
And you have your plan written out.
No, but I can write it out for you. I mean, I have my notebooks that are like chicken scratch, but heck yeah, I can write it out for you, no
It
problem.
would be nice to see,
Yeah.
you know, this is what we plan to do
Okay.
and outline. It's easier to work that in.
Sure.
I would like,
Especially if you're gonna ask for funds.
Right, yeah, exactly what we want to do and, right, exactly. And we went through the chamber and we've been talking to the chamber about, so that, you know, it goes through them in kind, that way everything stays above board, it's transparent, you know, like this is what's happening, this is what we're doing, you know.
What shop are you referring to? I know you have to.
Sorry, Pacific Ink and Company, we have the Pacific Ink shop as well, it's a t-shirt, sweatshirt, laser engraving, gifts, that kind of thing, so.
You just opened that, you've had the.
A year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had the gym since 2011, but not here, just since 2020 here.
What do you call your group? Do you know?
It's us. It's us. So, okay, here's the truth of it. I went to all the committees. I went to the Main Street and I went to the chamber and I went to, you know, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? This is it. We're doing it. But nobody was doing
If
it.
you gave yourself a little title, you could get more people to come on board with you.
Maybe, except for, all the committees that you create are all Main Street. If you look up the
Main Street
premise
Committee.
of Main Street, all the committees go under them. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna start a committee
Mm.
because the Main Street should be handling it, so.
Now, what am I trying to think about, urban renewal?
Urban Renewal could get involved in this.
But as far as out that far, what if we use,
Mhm.
what group am I thinking of?
Is it the main?
Main Street.
Main Street Committee.
Oh, so they-
No, but we took money to water the plants out of,
Oh,
Oh, that was the council discretionary funds.
no.
Economic development.
Yeah, that too.
Now, I know economic development, we talked before, it does cover out there by the bridge at the entry. Is that something that if we do matching funds, we donate money, can we take it out to economic development fund? Or where would that have to come from?
Yeah, because the
everybody's looking at.
urban
you.
renewal doesn't.
Yeah, or let's just go that far.
Urban renewal doesn't go that far?
I don't think it goes bridge, and that's why I
They didn't go that
think last year, because we're out of line with the chamber here, or the council, that we took money to water out of the economic development. It was said because it covers the bridge and then all that stuff.
It ends at the salt shop,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But was that something that we incorporated into economic development to maybe get some funds to help them? Or that's something we need to check into?
There's money there, so.
We just gotta make sure that we can tap into that money.
That's fair.
The other question would be, how hard is it to expand our urban renewal boundaries?
Yeah, I was thinking the same question.
Yeah, 100 yards.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what that entails, but
What the process is for.
Yeah, actually, Heather, no.
Wait, Zach, you had said something about the brickwork and whatever, and then if that was the case, then all that could match.
We could go through the borders like
I mean, how was it originally designed? I mean, I guess I probably had focus on businesses in mind for this.
yeah, the urban renewal is supposed
And
to.
that technically doesn't.
But in a ancillary way, this is enhancing business.
Right,
Sure.
it does. I mean, you want to invite people into town for your business. I mean, town has to be inviting.
The only question I'd have to that is if we expand that out to the bridge, then are we gonna have to, the next year, somebody says, well, let's expand the pool into it, let's expand the library into it, let's expand out, you know, past race, I don't know what that would entail to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can we find that out, Zach?
We should have more money in the urban renewal. to
Raise
raise
it
it up.
already, there's no improvement there.
Yeah, I don't know, but expand it, how far you can expand it.
And what it entails. I don't think it has to go to a vote of the people, but, because the urban renewal agency was not established, it wasn't established by a vote, it was just established, we had to go through a process, if I remember correctly, but it was established by the city to put in that extra funding through taxes, of course.
And that was 2018.
For that.
It was before that, it was like 2015 or 16 maybe.
Well, you were saying that, you were wondering whether, the town is getting run down. And we've had multiple meetings where we've talked about how to what we could do to
I went to a few.
beautify the town. Maybe you guys can talk to the business owners, to
We do.
get them to paint, down by mill site.
We
I
tried.
want those painted down there.
Right, right.
They need to be painted.
Right, we've even, we talked to another business about in the spring, putting together like a power washing, couple different power washing teams and going power wash, just to get urban renewal kickstarted, to show that we're putting in the effort,
Yeah, exactly. We need the footwork somehow.
There used to
Needs to be
be done on Earth Day. We used to have a city-wide cleanup, used to be done on Earth Day.
Maybe we can bring
And,
something like that.
all the different groups would come out and they would have a whole work party, would clean anywhere and everywhere. And they'd take a specific project, like one year was Millside Park, and they took all that. Another year they worked with the salt and did down by the river. Yeah, so it's something that's there, it just hasn't been done for, probably the last 6 or 7 years.
Maybe it's time.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely appreciate.
Your effort and time and passion
Yeah.
for
Try and.
helping.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thanks.
We look into that and see what it would entail to expand that.
Do you want to be on the Parks Commission?
We need somebody
We need
I
to
just
talk
got
about
nominated for chamber, I'm a member of the TIP,
To the bridge, that's county. But on this side of the bridge is our property, right?
Yes, yeah,
So I think it's our property on both sides of the road there.
because the county donated that to us a couple of years ago.
And then you get the other side and it's state.
Mhm. Yeah, on the other side of the bridge is state.
You brought up a couple of questions. First, we use economic development funds, and if we can get that into the urban renewal, there's a lot more money in the urban renewal if we can use money from that to help beautify.
Google says something about a feasibility study, community and taxing jurisdiction input. I don't know that we need to be that deep, but, or expensive. It says that you can declare a blighted area exists and then create a new expanding and existing urban renewal plan. But
And who knows, maybe there's some funding through that, Imagine Myrtle Creek stuff that we started working on.
There was supposed to be $7,000 left over from.
Might be some funding through that.
I mean, if that's the case, we're looking budget. Our budget meetings are gonna start here in a couple months. I mean, we could shift budgeting for it. Can't we?
just gotta do it sooner rather than later.
We'll be like, don't make so much. All right,
I do have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Do you know off the top of your head, Leslie, what the economic development budget sits at? What we budget each year on an average?
Oh. 400 and something?
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
regular agenda, urban renewal, building improvement programs. Oh, I'm sorry. Consent agenda, approval of minutes of the regular urban renewal agency meeting for November 18, 2025.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the regular urban renewal agency meeting for November 18th, 2025.
I second it.
Any other discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
I'm reading on that, Bob, it shows the city of Myrtle Creek River Renewal Plan was adopted and approved by ordinance 819 on August 21st, 2018.
18,
I was
was
gonna
it?
say, I started in 19 and I had to help
Yeah.
Edie and I made the first annual report
Mhm.
together.
I saw 18 somewhere.
I thought that's
Not that many, but
All right, regular agenda, urban renewal building improvement plans.
This is the draft that Leslie and Chrissy came up with for you guys for a new urban renewal process.
Did you have to make the application so simple?
Yes. Yes, we did.
I thought it was great.
I have a couple of questions. First, on the first page. Says owners may only apply for one grant per business location per year. Business locations may not reapply for a grant project within 3 years of successful completion. I was wondering, do we want to keep it that restrictive? Does that make sense?
I will mark it out if you want it marked out.
I mean, it's a discussion. Yeah.
There is a lot of money available and
Yeah.
none of it, I shouldn't say none of it, very little of it has been utilized for businesses
Yeah.
that could use it. So if you wanna make it more available.
Yeah, because like, you know, not thinking of Bruce, but like just an example of that, let's say that somebody's wants to fix his roof. Or what would fall into the grant?
He wants to paint his building and then
Yeah.
he wants to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it was a different grant.
yeah, put up awnings and he wants to,
Yeah,
yeah.
like if it was the same one, it'd be like, you know,
Not gonna repaint the building every year.
what's that?
We're not gonna repaint the
Yeah,
building every
exactly,
year.
but if it was a different grant.
If it was a different project.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have to be approved by the urban renewal board
Exactly.
anyway,
Yeah,
so
exactly,
I think,
yeah.
now is this residents inside the urban renewal area too, or is it just?
we're
business?
just doing businesses right now, cause the,
It's specified owners of properties within the urban renewal district. So if you own one of these 1800s houses right there on
can
Third
you tell me
Street,
what page you're on?
number one.
Yeah.
Or it says who may apply.
Who may apply?
So are you referring to the fact that the city or just live
It
here?
says who may apply, owners of properties and business owners of property owners.
Well, we talked about.
Oh, I see what you're
About
saying.
should we do residential or not?
Right, because the old one did have residential,
Yes, we talked about waiting.
so,
So that's just something I caught on, you know.
so I should put owner of business properties.
Commercial property,
Business owners or owners with property owner consent.
But you have to specify if
Or
you're.
specify that
only
there's
going for
residents
or residents.
There's residential and non-residential, they're trying to make it clear that it's not, you can't have a
This is
residence.
urban renewal district.
This is
still.
I believe that the house is right next to you guys
Mhm.
is actually in the urban renewal, but it's a residence. So would that qualify if somebody bought that and wanted to redo it?
What about some of the businesses that have residents in them, like apartments and stuff like that, that are downtown?
Or B and B, right? Yeah, we gave them a grant last year. So I mean, that's just.
Business.
or the rear
That's a
leader,
business.
which has an apartment above it.
That would be.
Which is all it is, really, it's just an apartment, but
Right, I mean, that's up to you guys, we're here to have recommendations and to change whatever needs to be changed.
I
want to
think that is
include
just a
residences
slip of
in the
language
urban renewal.
because the
Yeah,
other requirement is that it has to have an
We need
active business
to
and if
make a
you
determination on if we want
So,
to
Sure,
include
yeah, good point.
residential properties that are in the urban renewal area. That's the question that we're being on.
We're, what was it?
If we want to include residents,
So I don't believe
not
that,
just business.
so part of further on in there, the requirements of the grant and the repayment process, if those requirements aren't met, is an active business. So a residence would not have an active business and would require the whole loan to be paid back or grant to be.
If you sold a house.
No,
Well, no,
You
I
have
mean,
to have-
you have to, it's
no, it's right here.
one page.
Building must be occupied with an operating business for a minimum of 2 years with a date, so.
I think it's just,
Resident-
like you said, a slip of the
residential.
language.
And that's all I'm bringing up, is the language saying, if we're only targeting businesses, we need to take that out where it says
What would you count
Well,
as?
just say, yeah, you just say owners of commercial properties, and that, all of that is just commercial.
You know, what would you count as business if you've got an Etsy store that you're selling stuff out of your house online, that would be a business.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said owners of commercial properties, if you had commercial properties in front of that, that would be great. Somebody said that, yeah.
That's all.
Somebody said that, I think that's what you could add.
But then you also have this though, that then you have houses in your downtown area that are ran down. That can't get funds either to help keep your downtown area up.
I know there are historical grants that they can get, I think that's what this, church got, but.
And then we can build a second grant for historical homes, or, you know, something like that in the urban renewal.
Well, one of the things in the goal was
Yes.
creating residential properties, so we can add into that, by the way. I read it.
Yeah.
Cause we talked about that.
Cause if they're talking about beautification, what better way to beautify Third Avenue is take those couple houses and fix them up like the other ones. They're.
But set it up as a separate residential,
Yes, yeah, it's its own grant.
right,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could do stuff like Albany did with their historical thing, and like they have to have Christmas lights up, they have to have the lawn mowed. they
This is
have to
like
have-
an HOA.
Right.
Oh, that.
And usually they specify in the color of the home, the
Well, that's-
historical color,
That's a question.
so we wouldn't have the
here,
haunted
too.
house across the street.
Now, this
Yeah,
actually,
man.
this is only going through the end of June because of the budget process, so even if we get this going now, just to try to get some money out there, we're gonna revisit this again for the budget process.
Yeah, we just put the dates in here starting January first as something, you know, like a,
So I'm talking in the.
yes, and
And then we may renew it for the next year. we may
yeah,
make
because
some
we're gonna
changes.
find things that work and don't work and.
Right.
Yeah, so I was wondering if 6 months is enough time for.
That's just because of the budget,
Right,
Yeah,
I
here.
understand that now,
but we can
because that
get
seemed
that.
like a short, yeah.
Yeah, just because it's
Because I
like,
know those things take
we wanna
time.
get rid of the old one because it was so cumbersome, get something new in there, get it started
Right
right away,
Get going.
yeah.
My other question is, wouldn't exterior cleaning treatments and routine maintenance be about the same thing? One's eligible, one's ineligible.
The cleaning treatments, I think that was, if they were painting.
Yeah, so I mean, because I think one of the stipulations was it won't pay for, power washing, but you have to power wash before you clean,
So
before you
That's
paint.
connected
That's why we
to
want
the
to get the
paint.
committee.
Mhm.
Yeah, because that would be, that's how.
And then the next question I had on that would be, there's no guidelines on painting. And I know this one that we're changing from, it did have some guidelines, which I kind of
Like-
agree with, because you can't just say, we're gonna give you $5,000 to go paint your place, and you can paint it pink with green stripes, and then we're saying, I know we have to prove everything, but maybe we do need to go back to just a small little thing that it's gotta be the neutral colors, and it's gotta be trimmed. I mean, it has to look nice.
Every town that I've ever been to has a color code.
Right.
That's just what I'm saying, that's just, do we wanna establish like some kind of?
It's,
A historical color code.
in this
basically.
33-page one, we're trying to shrink, there is a little section on the paint colors. Maybe we just wanna look at that.
Yeah,
When we did it in Winston, we had to go before a board because our colors are red, black and white, and went before a board and they gave us the okay. But yeah, other than that, everything has to meet
We
standard.
don't want somebody to give $3,000 and they turn around and paint with a big old mural of some skater guy.
Well, the original paint program, you had to pick from the colors that were available through the recycled paint program where we got the paint from.
could we add some language in there just saying, exterior color has to be approved by the board?
Yeah.
Just that way they bring it forward and say, and
That'd be generic, maybe take a look at the one that we're getting away from and look at that. Before you sit there and kind of put it together, just so there is some kind of guidelines that we have to say, no, you're not gonna paint it this color.
And if you look at that, should still be on the city administrator's computer, the original paint,
I would love.
paint scale.
Come home, find things on that.
There is a paint scale, I mean, there wasn't any thing on truths on there. But, they were pretty,
I'll look for it. I can.
yeah.
And I think this,
So like, if I have like a theme red, white, blue, or anything like that, a theme.
I like neutral color.
I think neutral for your, if you're in the city.
Well, especially if it's I mean, it is historical and to keep it going that way.
No, I think these changes are really good. There's just these little things we're talking about that, and I think that's what you asked for.
That's
What needs to be tweaked.
Yeah.
Go to page 8 on your thing.
This is the map.
No, yeah. Look at that box in front of us, on top of it, that needs to be taken out. I thought we decided we're not going central business district, we're going to urban renewal.
Oh, yeah.
It shows them both.
Yep, I thought we did too.
I have a question on page 6. Source of funding, the top paragraph. If the project budget is between 5,001 and 10,000 funds, so if I come in here and I have a $10,000 project, I get 75%. But as soon as I go 10,001, I got 50%. I think we need to change that.
We were trying to figure out how to, because we were going from 5,000 to like 50,000, or I don't remember what we were doing, we're like, that's too much of a jump. So we're trying to figure out how to phase it. Yeah, phase it so that.
Yeah,
5 to 25, 2501 to 50.
but it was just,
100%.
No.
Because
Well, that was,
anything-
the 5,000 is 100%.
Yeah.
Under 5 is. Yeah, it's just, we need to figure, I think we need to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm up for suggestions.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
Because originally, the original one that you're going off of here, the one prior to this last one, we want to get rid of completely, it was 33%. And then this one that we don't like was anywhere between 25 and 40%, and who made that decision?
Right, yes.
So
So that's not,
I like this having a guideline that it is a
it's not one
certain
person
percent.
making a decision.
Right,
Yes.
but if you want to change that, so that.
Well, it's just, yeah, I'm fine with keeping it so that, we make that decision, but it just seemed weird that. Like, I guess they could submit, receipts for only 10,000, oh, not receipts, but say, hey, I'm willing to do 10,000, I make it say 500, even though. But all of a sudden, if it goes $1 more dollar, they lose $2,500, so I just thought that was kind of funky. I don't know, I'll think about how to work with them, so, how to.
There's gotta be a
Well,
cutoff
if you're being
somewhere.
county, you'll set that word.
No matter where you put it, it'll be $1 more and you'll be.
There'll be a cutoff somewhere, and there'll be $1 more, and we get to the next bracket somewhere along the way.
Yeah, there's gonna be.
I see what you're saying, that
Yeah, if it's $11,000, you're like, well, I'm only gonna submit,
Right,
10,000 of it.
exactly, you'd be ahead.
Only get more money, yeah.
Yeah.
You-
Down near the bottom, it says if businesses, so just below the percentages, that payback percentages. If business is sold but remains open, grantee may elect to repay the remaining. So if I had a business, I got this grant, it's open and I sell it, they have to pay the grant back.
You either have to pay it back or they can assume the remaining portion of it, like when in the sale of you and the new owner, you can say, part of the condition is you have to assume this grant that I have, so you have to stay open for the next year because I was only open for a year.
If it's within 2 years.
Right, yeah, I just wanna make sure that was clear on that, with that.
it's a recapture clause.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's specific.
We wouldn't want people coming in saying, I wanna apply for a $20,000 grant, and then it's the day it's done, selling off that money, and that's.
We had that happen to us with our first one.
Yeah, so if you look back, that portion wasn't in there the first time.
Right,
Now
and
it's
that's why I
out.
threw it out last week.
Yeah. We got
How
burned
we
on
can
that.
prevent that, so.
You could change the percentages on the amounts that, to make them less of a,
Jump.
yeah, you could even like do a percentage of the amount to make it fair across the board.
Tell me what you want.
Well, I'm just saying that that's something that could be worded different, rather than go from 5,001 to 10,000, you get 75%. And if it's over 10,000, you only get 50%. You could adjust those percentages per project somehow.
We'll take a percentage of anything above the 5,000 and then anything above the 10,000. So you're still getting your 5,000 and then have a percentage. Can that be it?
That's
Sort of a renewal
just
board
an idea
discretion.
to keep it from being
So if it was, so you get the
drastic,
first 5,000
obvious
for
jump.
free,
Yeah.
but then you're 75% for that second 5,000.
Yes, I'm saying.
Is that what you're, okay. So
So you're guaranteed the 5,000 and then you get the 75% of the next 5,000. Then if you jump over 10,000, you get the
50%.
50% of.
Over the 10,000.
Do it at $5,000, whatever it is.
or something like that.
That'll be a little bit
Just
more,
to make it fair.
pay lowest percentages, kind of make it
Yeah.
so it kind of matches. Yeah.
Okay. We'll brainstorm that.
Recheck your math.
Yeah, that's a great.
Tweak it a little bit, yeah.
As someone who's redone 2 buildings here, real quick, 5,000 goes like nowhere.
Nowhere.
No, the 5,000, I think the 5,000, we're gonna see just people that wanna paint.
Well, we paid
Yeah.
14 grand was what we just
They're
paid.
small. We have a.
Really?
Yeah, it was 14 grand for.
Well, you could do bigger
But you-
projects, this is just like the budget, the budget you were submitting is $5,000.
You can also, I mean, we have awnings all downtown, they're just
We
rad.
scrapped ours because it was 25,000 for us to replace them, that's why we took them down.
Oh,
$25,000.
To replace what?
Well, don't
Okay.
get the awnings, that's why we took them down, it was horrible, so expensive.
In fact, I found a picture on that maybe I'm just telling you about, and it's got.
They're nice to have though, like for White Rock that's raining or something, that's
It's nice to
very.
sun beats in, we don't
Yeah.
keep our stuff so much because it just
Yeah.
washes out in the sun.
We did also raise that.
And maybe that's something we should look at, is, going out and getting some estimates out there across the board, say, you know, what's it take to put in an awning? And maybe adjust our money for that, what's it take to do a full page job for X,
Yeah, that's
X
a
amount?
real good
you know,
idea.
And maybe raise that $5,000 limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
what
we
we
were just
said.
saying this, maybe raise it.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
all.
'cause you can't really do anything for 5,000.
I mean, and somebody, you know,
Or.
if they want their building improved, they're gonna put in a little bit themselves if they can, you know, but.
Right, and we also made it, I mean, you probably read it, but we also made it so it's not just a reimbursement, we will pay invoices for them.
Uh-huh.
It's the 100%, so that's.
I think
Yeah,
that-
I like that idea too.
That's more, it's easier to obtain.
I think the whole goal is, like you say, in the spirit, last time you were saying the spirit of it is the, get the money out there and that's what we're trying to do.
Put it to work.
We have money to give to people, let's give it to people.
So if we made a couple tweaks on this and put it in your guys' Dropbox, could you guys email us back with what you think about that? Do you think we could get this out by January 1st?
Sure, we're not doing anything.
Or at least.
I mean,
I'm here
First meeting of January.
Can we even set, on the 16th, we're having our goal setting meeting, can we set 10 minutes aside if?
That's a good idea.
That we would have to schedule a separate.
Yeah, schedule.
Yeah.
But that's easy for me, it's a little hard for you.
And be sure to make sure that we do it.
But that goal setting one, just
Exactly.
to be clear, is not, we can't make a decision then, so it's just for discussion.
Did you set it as a work session
We
or?
can figure out anything that we have.
That's
to-
not still
That's
until
right.
the
That's right.
16th, so I
That's
can
right.
adjust the
Right.
calendar and
Because,
schedule a
right,
second
the
meeting.
With that, the goal setting is gonna be city council, this will be what we're doing.
And the question on that goal setting, do we also want to have a goal setting for urban renewal?
I think we should.
It's a good idea.
Since we're talking about it.
You guys have any more projects coming down the line? Double projects for a while.
No, we're still working on the inside of our building now. We only have the front half done and then we have the back half we're working on now. We started power washing yesterday.
I have a question, Joanna. Can we use that bulletin board to recruit? Like, could she recruit people from an ad on her little bulletin board?
That reader board thing?
Yeah.
What do you mean recruit?
So without having an organization or something to recruit volunteers for, we could advertise
Advertise.
contact information for an event type thing or function,
Or with like.
but not just a sign that says call Brandy. Yeah.
Family loyalty.
Yeah.
We have a ton of that, we have a couple of them, just a couple of business changes.
So for different, we can advertise definitely community events, like if there is a downtown beautification, you wanna get involved.
Yeah, exactly,
Contact
something beautiful.
That kind of.
Art commission.
Yes, it will soon have a park commission, budget committee, joint local.
Can we set that urban renewal goal setting and the urban renewal meeting on the same night? Just behind our.
It's gonna be a
goal setting
long meeting, I think.
I think we should have
It's gonna be a long meeting,
Yeah,
yeah.
the 16th.
Yes.
Be a long meeting.
It's gonna be a long one.
Be sure to have some good snacks.
That's one way to get people here.
6 meetings with us.
You do like a white box slash, you know.
Yeah.
What's that?
You do like a white box slash whatever, a little get together here.
Yeah, the.
I mean, I can see that being for like 2 hours. I mean, it goes, I mean, usually goes for 2 hours.
You get a lot more.
But if people come with ideas and they're not starting from scratch, then.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
But that's
Because normally you don't have employees at them, correct?
No.
Yeah, we had, I'm not sure, I mean, I'm sure probably Ronnie got the employees from going there, I'm not sure. But anyway,
But just maybe everybody comes
Any,
with ideas
anything else?
to the goal meeting.
you guys
Don't think so.
good? All right, we're adjourned.